What is going on, you guys? It is a very cold night here in downtown Kennewick. We had to come out here when it was dark because tonight I'm gonna show you how to do light painting. Light painting is one of those things that can seem kind of scary, kind of overwhelming, but it's actually really very simple. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it tonight. I'm Matt Johnson, and today I'm teaching you how to do light painting. Let's do it. As always, this video is for all the brand new photographers out there, but I want to give a special shout out to the class of 2021 high school seniors. I got a whole classroom full of them that I'm making this video for, and this should have been the best senior year ever, and instead you guys are all learning from home. So this video is for you guys and for all the new photographers out there who want to learn how to do light painting. Let's talk about what you're gonna need to do light painting. The first thing you need to know is that it's gotta be dark, whether you're in your basement or outside at night. Next thing you're gonna need is a camera or DSLR, which allows you to control the shutter speed, which all DSLRs do. So if you got one of these, you're good to go. And then you're gonna need a way to hold the camera still. A tripod is the easiest way to do it, but you could set the camera down on the ground or on your car or whatever will work, just as long as the camera doesn't move. And of course, you're gonna need lights. The flashlight on your phone will work perfectly fine, but the more creative you can be with your lights, the cooler your photos might look. So run around your house, and if you got anything that lights up that looks cool, use that, and you could get some really cool stuff. And you don't have to have one, but if you have a cable release, it will help out quite a bit, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. You guys, I'll put links to the tripod and the cable release that I use that work really, really well in the description below, so check that out if you need to get one of those things. Before we get started, let's go over camera settings. We're gonna put our mode dial on manual. I know manual can be scary, but don't worry, I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing. Let's go to the back of the camera. We're using a Canon T6 here with an 18 to 55 zoom lens. You guys, if we can do light painting with this camera, we can do it with anything. Let's come in and we're gonna start by setting our ISO right here. You got an ISO button right here on the camera. I'm gonna press that. We're gonna set that to 100. Next, we wanna set our f-stop. That's this number right here. And on this camera, I set my f-stop by pressing and holding this AV button right here. I'm gonna press that down. I'm gonna turn the wheel on the top of the camera and I'm gonna set this thing to F11. That's a great starting point. And now we gotta set our shutter speed. I wanna show you here, as I turn the wheel again to the left, how our shutter speed starts to show up with these little quotation marks after the number. That means seconds. So right now I have my camera set to 1 second. We're gonna be playing around tonight, you guys, with 4 seconds, 8 seconds, 15 seconds, all the way to 30 seconds. And then even farther, eventually, we're going to bulb. But let's worry about that later on. Let's take our first photo. We're shooting in the dark, and most cameras won't take a photo unless something's in focus. So the first thing I gotta do is I gotta focus on what I'm gonna be shooting here. But cameras also have a really hard time focusing in the dark. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be getting a shot of this wall over here, and so I'm gonna have TJ here shine a bright light on that wall. Whoa, that's a little bright. And now that that thing is lit up, now I can focus on it. And now that I've got that in focus, I'm gonna come around here on the front of my lens and I'm gonna switch this lens from AF to MF. I've turned off the autofocus so the camera's not gonna try to focus anymore. And as long as the camera stays in this spot and I'm still photographing that wall, I don't need to worry about focusing. But as soon as we either move the camera or move to a different spot, we're gonna have to refocus. So I'm gonna set my shutter speed to 8 seconds and we're gonna take our first photo. Let's do it. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, do it. See if you can't throw a smiley face in there when you get done. Ah, we ran out of time. We needed more time. That actually kind of looks like a janky little smiley face there. What do you call that mean face when the guy's like, he's got his mouth off to the side like a suspicious? All right, so 8 seconds was not a ton of time for TJ to do his light painting there. Let's try a little bit longer shutter speed. Let's go to 15 seconds. We'll give TJ a little more time and let's try a new spot and see if we can't come up with something a little bit cooler. So we moved to a new spot right here in the middle of the road. Distance between me and TJ is way different. He's way down there. Of course, I refocused. I turned my focus off. We're going for 15 seconds. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, very cool shot. I love the way that turned out. I like the depth that we get by having TJ move towards the camera. I think that works really well. Nice shot. We're gonna go to a new spot and try a 30-second shutter speed. As we're walking, I wanna tell you a little trick you can use. If your photos are coming out too bright, I want you to raise that f-stop from F11 to like F16 or F22 or even F32 if you need to. And if they're coming out too dark, I want you to lower that f-stop down to like F8 or F5.6 or even F4 if you have to. We're gonna go for a 30-second exposure here. So I got Mitch and TJ down there, and Mitch is gonna hold his pose. And so we've got our focus all set up. I got this thing set to 30 seconds. Everything looks good. Ready, TJ? All right, 3, 2, 1, go. So I want Mitch to show up a little bit better in this photo, so I asked TJ to shine some light on him from the front. And as long as he holds still, he won't be blurry in the photo, so that should work. And then I really like the texture on the ground by his feet, so I want to put that light behind him like that. And that's going to really emphasize that. I think that'll be cool. What could you draw during 30 seconds of light painting? Let me know in the comments what you could create. Get the wall. Perfect. I think this is going to be the one, you guys. Yes. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm calling that a W right there. Let's do one more photo. This time I want to take a photo that's longer than 30 seconds. So what do? What we're going to do is we're going to change our shutter speed from 30 seconds to bulb. And bulb means that as long as I'm holding the shutter release down, it will keep taking a photo. So if I can hold this thing down for 5 minutes, I can take a 5-minute photo. And that's where this cable release is going to come into play. I'm gonna plug this cable release into the side of the camera right here, just like this, which is really hard to do with cold hands. And what this is gonna allow me to do is use this button right here. I can press this in and push that up, and that's gonna lock that shutter release open and let me take as long of a photo as I want. Then when I'm done, I'm just gonna come and pull this back down, and that's gonna end the photograph for me. Here we go with our bulb photo. We're not gonna worry about time at all. We got all the time in the world. I'm gonna use my cable release to keep the shutter locked open, and we're gonna have some fun here on the train tracks. Let's see what we come up with. Go for it. All right, that's good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, do it. Nice, good work, you guys. 53 seconds, well done. Go for it. All right, so we're gonna go for a record long exposure here. We're gonna combine all the different shots we've tried so far into one master shot and see what we can't come up with. All right, so here's these lights. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and go. I'll get ready to draw the stick figure. Good work, boys, good work. That was a janky stick figure. Where's the cable release? That was only a minute and a half. Not bad, not bad. That's kind of cool looking.
Interesting.
Other than
lightning bolts going across the rails.
Oh, look at my little... It lines up kind of with him, so it looks like he's leaving a trail.
yeah, I think that's pretty cool looking, actually. There you go, you guys. We just learned how to do light painting on a very cold, very dark night here in downtown Kennewick. Hopefully you learned some good stuff. It was a lot of information, so let's do a quick 30-second review. Here we go. All you need is a tripod and a camera where you can change the shutter speed. Slap that camera on a tripod, shine some light on your subject, focus on your subject, turn the autofocus off, take that light away, set your mode dial to manual, set your ISO to 100, set your f-stop to f11. If your photos are coming out too bright, use a higher f-stop. If your photos are coming out too dark, use a lower f-stop. Shutter speed to whatever you want, somewhere between 4 seconds, and bulb mode is gonna be awesome. Shine the light on different parts of your photos to get different things to show up, and just go crazy with this, you guys. Have fun. You can do some really cool stuff with light painting, and I'd love to see what kind of stuff you create now that you know how to do it. If this video was helpful to you at all and you learned something new, and you wanna keep learning about new photography content like this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and it helps out the channel quite a bit. Check the description below for links to all the equipment we used to shoot this video tonight, and as always, have a wonderful evening. Thanks for watching. Is that what people say at the end of videos? Thanks for watching, everybody. Let's get the heck out of here. I'm freezing. Turned it off. We got 15-second shutter speed here. Let's see what we can get. You ready, TJ? Son of a biscuit.